to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists. Today we conclude this season of Cinema Surprise and conclude the Spooktober edition of Cinema Surprise with A Nightmare on Elm Street, my last choice of the project. This was released on November 16th, 1984, written and directed by Wes Craven. I am Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And how about the name of a horror movie director being Wes Craven? That just feels right, you know? Like, that's good. He also did Scream. He did Red Eye with Cillian Murphy and Rachel McAdams. Strongly recommend that one. You would love that one. But yeah, no, A Nightmare on Elm Street. First watch for me. First watch for you, correct?
Yes.
How'd you feel?
For me. Yeah, this was... I've always heard of Nightmare on Elm Street. I know Freddy Krueger. I guess this isn't
of course it transcends
like a new thing. But the movie, I think it surprised me on how much I don't like. There was just really cool effects that were in there. I thought the soundtrack was cool. The premise alone, I guess I already knew he attacked you in your dreams and everything, but I love how they just hit the ground like just we're off rip, and it kind of expects you. I don't know. It was nice knowing, I guess, kind of the dynamic going in, but I love how it is kind of that simple. This dude's just after you in your dreams, and then the rest of the movie is dealing with him, and then they slowly innovate on how to change and defeat him and everything, and the ending is the ending. I'm still processing, but yeah, good old we got two Wes's. I don't think he's up quite to Wes Anderson level, but
Wes Craven, he's a G. He is a G. A strong. I would definitely because I need to watch Scream. Scream was another one I considered for this spot instead of Nightmare on Elm Street. But I decided to throw it back just a little bit more because we hadn't done an 80s movie. We did 70s, we did 90s. Might as well split the difference there. And I'm glad I chose it because I watched this movie a week ago when we originally planned on recording. I haven't watched it since, but what I have watched since are the second movie, Freddy's Revenge, and the third movie, Dream Warriors, which is a fascinating franchise. A fascinating franchise, mostly because, I don't think I've ever had the urge to visit a franchise repeatedly that I think is this schlocky at points. This movie is not particularly schlocky, but the second movie is like, okay, what are we? But the other side of that is I've liked each one more. I've liked every single one just a little bit more so far. Like, why is my favorite movie in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise right now the third one? Why is it the one that's called Dream Warriors? Yeah. That's fucking hilarious. I don't know. They're silly fucking movies, man. And so the thing that's really interesting about having watched this, for me, is the obvious influence it has had on basically everybody making anything in this realm now. Like in this scary horror, in the horror realm. Like, the thing that specifically stands out as being massively influenced by Nightmare on Elm Street to me is Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Just couldn't be more. And there's a lot of 80s stuff wrapped up into Stranger Things. That's kind of the point of Stranger Things. But the Upside Down kind of operating as the dream realm, and Vecna even kind of looks like Freddy Krueger, which I never even really noticed until this. Nancy being the main character is Nancy Nancy Wheeler in Stranger Things. the thing that's so funny to me about this movie is that it kind of is similar to, and this is big praise, it's similar to Psycho for me, where what it's done is so foundational. Like, it has inspired so much and it has been rehashed so often that nothing in this movie particularly surprises me. And therefore it didn't affect me the way that I wanted it to affect me. Like, I go into a movie like this expecting, it's a classic. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street. It's iconic. Everyone I've ever talked to who's watched it likes it, So whenever I watch it and then I find out that it's kind of fucking stupid, that's hilarious to me. And then whenever I go to the second one, which is universally looked at as stupid, so I'm expecting the worst, and then I watch it and I'm like, oh, it's no stupider than the first one, I'm pleasantly surprised and I kind of like it. So that's kind of been that's what's been propelling me through these movies so far, is that every time I'm like, well, this is going to be stupid, and then I have a great fucking time. I love that that's what this franchise is, because it's goofy as shit, dude. I'm so in.
Yeah, and they got a fifth one, it looks. I mean, they're up to 5. Do they keep going? I mean, yeah.
I think the 5th is the last one. Okay. Robert Englund is literally in Stranger Things also, by the way. That's the guy who plays Freddy Krueger. So I was like, I forgot that last little connection.
I mean, yeah, Robert Englund. There's the final Nightmare as well. I don't know if that's like the 6th one. And then, I mean, there's the remake. Yeah, the only other one that I have seen was the 2010 remake, just Nightmare on Elm Street. Not a Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that's maybe how they got away with it. I don't know if all of these things matter.
It's not Batman, but the Batman. Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I was wrong. It is a Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, but yeah, it was 2010, I believe, when I watched it, because I mean, I turned it on after I finished the first one, or the original, and it's literally like they try to remake almost everything that's in the original, and somehow it's worse, like with the better effects and everything. Like, they do the same exact thing where Freddy comes through the wall of Nancy's room, and kind of like it's a sheet that they're kind of using, but
like a latex
poking through
spandex sort of sheet.
And like, and in here in the original, like, it's a very practical effect, and like I thought it looked really good. I think you could tell it was like a sheet. I don't like, you could tell, I think, what was going on. But like, no,
but that's that's what's cool about it, is that like he can bend reality to make that happen. I don't think he's literally stretching a drywall. Like, that doesn't make that no matter what angle you're looking at, that doesn't make sense. He is at least making it so that it expands for a moment.
Yes. But then in the 2010 version, they just go super hard visual, like VF, or just CGI instead of practical, and it just looks so much worse. And like, it's crazy that sometimes like the simpler or just actual real effects they just come out so much better. And I think this one just had some. It wasn't cinematically groundbreaking or anything, but there were like some early shots where there was a hat inside of like a house, and then like a tree branch, like it was a slow pan over to the right, and then like it formed kind of Freddy's silhouette, but it was like a tree, and then like a wind or so. There were like little things like that were just kind of really cool, and I kind of respected the craft of this one a lot more than I thought I was going to whenever I was watching. But yeah, I feel like it is an absolute base for, anything moving forward, because it's kind of crazy. This isn't based on a book. Like, bro just came up with this story. Usually I feel like any classic horror, it's always based on something. And is Scream also, like, did he write that himself? Like, is that a full...
pretty sure Scream is an original work.
Wow. I gotta give him, I don't know, that's, it's not anything crazy, but I think like the simplicity of it, of just a guy coming after you in your dreams, is
I'm gonna get you, bitch. Yeah. The only thing that I had as a frame of reference for Freddy Krueger on screen was the Rick and Morty spoof episode, wherever they have the little girl jumping rope in the room, and then he like runs like, I'm gonna get you, bitch, and he just keeps saying bitch and stuff. It's very funny. He did not write Scream, but Scream is an original work.
Okay. But yeah, well, I don't know. Wes Craven. I got a part of the West.
Sick name, all time. Sick fucking name,
that is,
dude.
I know. Craven.
Wes Craven. That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't know. This is
like directing horror movies and your last name being Craven is awesome.
He was born
I don't know.
for it.
I don't know. That's so satisfying.
Yeah, but yeah, this, I don't know. It was the one movie of the project, I guess, that I knew the most of going into it. Like Eraserhead, I knew it was just Lynch, and I was excited for it. But Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Dracula, I really had very little to go off of. And here, I feel like I had the most. But like this one was, I don't know how. I feel like I escaped very easily into Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like it was easy to go into that world. This one, I was in. I don't know. I was just kind of. I was in it so fast, and I was just kind of. It's this weird vein of horror where schlocky is. Yeah, I wouldn't call this one schlocky at all, but it's like it's. There are some things that like make me laugh whenever I probably shouldn't be laughing, but like it's like this weird horror comedy, I feel like, of and I love that Freddy is just an absolute freak. I mean, this dude is like Scary Terry honestly wasn't freaky, like he was just bitch, and that's all. That's all they gave him. Yeah, good old Scary Terry.
I'm gonna hit you, bitch. Yeah. Well, what's funny is after watching the next couple, that those are like literal lines that Freddy Krueger says.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Like that's why I'm like, they do get schlocky. It's not like the second one, Freddy Krueger is like inside a guy trying to come out. Like
nice.
And then the third one, they're like, never mind, forget all of that. That is no longer how Freddy Krueger works. The second one, it's like, how the fuck did his powers get like this? But
bro was a child murderer back in the day.
Yeah,
and then the children ganged up, killed him, and then he somehow, through just getting burnt alive, was like, all right, I'm gonna come back and haunt.
I'm gonna transcend I'm gonna transcend planes and become a dream demon. I love the concept. I love that this just dude, because what's the funniest thing about these movies to me is that even though he has a bunch of powers, he's also just a fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's just a sick fuck. Who's like, I'm gonna kill you, and he's like, I'm gonna have fun doing it, and that's like his whole thing. It's fucking hysterical. I don't know why I find it so. I mean, clearly a lot of people find it so much fun to watch. There's 5 of them. But it's a great fucking time, man. I'm gonna end up watching all 5 of the original. What would that be? Pentrilogy.
Damn.
Pentrilogy.
Yup.
But by the time Halloween really comes around, so I'm excited. Cause I don't know, I haven't watched a new horror franchise in a long time, or new to me anyway. And this is fun as fuck. It's stupid. I last night when I was watching the third one, the beautiful thing is that like, I feel like you could do like a movie night, 4.5 hours. You're knocking out 3 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that they're all an hour and a half. They're quick as fuck. Bang, bang, bang. Make it like a drinking game where it's like every time someone gets sliced or stabbed, every time Freddy Krueger kills somebody, every time someone dies, get fucked up every time he says bitch or fuck. Let's go.
Is he a lot more active in the next movies? Because I feel like he's barely actually in this. His effects are there, obviously. Like they're very, very afraid of him.
Yeah, he's like Jaws in this, huh?
But yeah,
kind of.
Yeah. He's the very titular. Well, I guess he's not. It's not called Freddy Krueger, I guess, but the titular guy, the main guy.
Yeah, the main guy.
I mean,
he's definitely more prominent in the next couple movies.
Interesting. Yeah, because I like how they kept him kind of like it is you have to fall asleep first, and that is their whole you must stay awake, you can't go to sleep, and then I can't believe I didn't realize it was Johnny Depp while I was watching the movie at all. It's just such a young version of the dude that it just never hit. But now knowing
first acting credit ever for the fuckboy. Yeah.
Wow. This is where he started. Okay. But no, yeah, whenever he came in just kind of saying like, yeah, no, have you ever heard of the dream techniques of I forget the people of you just don't give it any energy anymore. You just gotta let it go. And like whenever it switched into kind of that and Nancy, kind of being like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Like actually, come here, Freddy. Like I loved the whenever she started
I'm gonna bring him back to the real world. Yeah, like sick. Fucking incredible. Like I love Nancy, by the way. She's probably my favorite character and my performance. Yeah. I really, really enjoy Heather Langenkamp's performance as Nancy Thompson.
Langenkamp. We got some names, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Goodies. Not as good
Robert
as Wes
Englund,
Craven.
Wes
No
Craven,
offense, but
Heather Langenkamp.
Yeah, but damn. I mean, yeah, I feel like she was definitely the highlight of this one, and I think they I wonder if how old she actually was during the filming. They had like a little, I feel like an in joke of she looked in the mirror whenever she like hasn't slept. She's like, man, I look like a 20-year-old, and like
she is 20. She was 20 at the time of filming.
There you go. So yeah, that's
which kind of thank God, by the way.
Yeah, because if she wasn't, we'd run into some problems.
We'd have some problems. I'd be like, I don't know that I should. I don't think I should abuse Jesus.
And it's always a weird balance of like, I know the actor is older than 18 and like they are
right,
but like when they play a high school student and then you put certain shots in like
the bathtub sequence is fucking dope though,
I
love that sequence whenever he like reaches up through the bathtub and like obviously a nightmarish shot and then when she's pulled into it and is like screaming for her mom, Great stuff. And I love how the movie's kind of primary characters evolve over the course of the movie. Like I know Nancy is the main character, but she's not for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Or so, it is Tina at that point.
That's right. That's her name. Yeah, she dies so fast.
Until she dies.
Yeah.
Which then goes back to the Psycho influence, which is that the movie starts with this character being your main character, and then that person dies, and now the movie shifts. But regardless, that's just a foundational thing to horror now. So that probably wasn't even directly influenced by Psycho. It's just a byproduct of the genre. Regardless, there comes a point about after whenever her hair gets a white streak in it.
Yes.
That's when her mom becomes like the primary supporting character. After that, whenever she confronts her in the kitchen and she's like hiding her alcohol and stuff, like from then on, her mom's like the number 2 player in the movie. And I think that's just a really fascinating way to handle a story like this where it just slowly evolves. I think it's surprisingly well written for as goofy a concept as it is. I think it's, like you said, really, really well done, which, is no doubt. I think that it's again, there's a reason it's kind of become this influential on everybody making movies now. Essentially, everybody who was a child when this movie came out was like, this fucking rules. And that makes sense. It's one of those ones where it makes sense that I never watched this as a kid because it would have scared me as a kid.
Yeah, falling asleep after this watch as a child. Yeah.
That
hits way differently. Yeah.
But I kind of wish I would have. I wish I could have experienced what it would be like to actually be scared by this movie, because like the concept itself is like, yeah, it's freaky, but I'm a little past the age of being worried about this sort of thing.
Yeah, like he slices his nip open, his chest open, and I feel like
that's a part.
That's a part where I like kind of laugh a little. That's like a fun. Like that was just funny. That would like honestly, it's supposed to be scary. I feel if I was a child, maybe I actually like, oh, ew, that's so gross. Or,
yeah,
like, I don't know.
I mean it's still a gross out. Like I like and. I like gross out stuff as long as it's not too over the top. There's a couple things later on that I really, really enjoy. Like the third movie has a lot of really, really dark elements. Like it's set in a psych ward for older like teenagers who have been experiencing, suicidal ideation and stuff like that. So like it's naturally a very, very dark place to be anyway. But they're all having dreams about Freddy. And the doctors don't believe them and stuff. And that's kind of like the jumping off point, is that the doctors are like, well, you guys are just having like a mass psychosis sort of thing. Like it's a collective delusion, a manifestation of you've talked about it, and therefore everyone's had it, and it's just kind of spun out of this.
Yeah.
But clearly not. We know that because it's Freddy fucking Krueger. But regardless, like there's an effect in one of those where a dude is getting puppeted by the veins in his arms. Like they get pulled up and out, and he's getting and in his legs. It's fucking disgusting, and it hurts to like look at.
Yep. That's some good shit there. No,
that's some good shit. That's why I'm like, there's some really dope stuff in these movies. In the third one, it manages to meld the like schlockiness of the second one while taking itself really seriously, like the first one does. And it really, really works to its advantage. And the second one, I don't think is as bad as everyone said it is. It's certainly a different step in a different direction. But I think it's a fun fucking time, man. But,
yeah, I love how Tina's death wasn't very, normal. I guess from the outside perspective, though, from people looking in, yeah, it just looks like, whatever the dude, who's the guy? Who's the resident Bobby Briggs?
Resident Bobby Briggs.
Rod? Maybe Rod. I think, yeah.
Yeah, probably Rod
Lane.
He looks like a Rod.
But yeah, like every death that happened up until Johnny Depp, it's undeniable that something mystical
primordial
and
juicer, bro.
Yes, dude,
that shit sent me. Like, oh my he starts fountain spewing like the fucking a fucking geyser over here. Yep. And I just lose it. I thought that was so fucking funny.
Bro had no fear for anything. Bro was like the most normal. Like he actually had no nightmares of Freddy. He was like, He didn't even believe Nancy at all. He's like, oh, well, here's what I heard about Dream. He was the most like nonchalant or just non kind of factor in the story. And then I love that it's just like, well, he fell asleep. He learned a little bit about Freddy, and then Freddy kills him. Like, I wonder, like, if Freddy can just go into anyone's dream, or like you kind of have to know, like I wonder if Freddy couldn't attack what is this? Is Glenn. Okay, I don't want to keep calling him Johnny Depp. He couldn't attack Glenn before because he's like, no, I slept like a rock. He never had any belief in him whatsoever. But then the more and more Nancy kind of talked to him about it, is it like it's that background thought of like, wait, is this real? And then like, is that what gives Freddy his power of you just have to believe in him somewhat? Because I'm trying to make sense of the ending a little bit. And like, I thought we were going in a really good direction of Nancy like letting him go. And like, I thought she would fully escape this and everything. And the car, I don't know how to read the car. I don't know, like, is this a pure dream that I'm seeing at the end? Did they even wake up? Yeah. Like, everyone is, or was the whole thing a dream the whole time? I think it's there's many different routes that can go down, but
there's a lot, and none of them are particularly good given the last scene. Like that's the thing, is that the movie right before the last scene is like really, really strong. Yeah. I think it ends on a really, really high note. I think never will you see a more nonchalant reaction to a daughter and father watching the mother die, though, which is super funny. They were just kind of like, well, damn, there she goes.
Damn. She's like, I'm okay. She's like, oh, no, I'm okay. You can go downstairs. I'll be down in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You hug for 10 seconds, and then it's like, all right, Mom's
watched
dead.
Your mom get dragged into hell.
Yeah, like, and then the little, like, she gave a little, like, goodbye, or, like, this little hand raise, or whatever, like, as she was sinking down, and I was like, oh, what the, like, and then, yeah, they just kind of like, all right, well,
that's the movie.
It's why, like, I feel like they could, the end could be all a dream the whole time.
Oh yeah,
and everything, and they not Lynch style. I think Lynch is a little better at capturing the dream world for sure. But I love, like, whenever she walks up the steps and then she just like gloops through them or whatever. Like there's just the random, just the most absurd things that happen only in dreams. But to throw them in here and like the horror vein, I feel like dreams are just such a cool thing to work with horror, because legitimately, like, I mean, even when we go to the hospital and like the mom's like, so what the fuck even are dreams? And he's like, gotta be honest with you, we don't know. We have no clue. And it's like, but if you don't do it, you die. And it's like, huh? Is that actually
like,
true?
You got a dream. Yeah.
Like,
it's
because there are some people that, like, or anyone, like, I feel like you can wake up on a given day and not remember a single thing. Like, you basically had zero dream, but obviously your mind is active while you're asleep, or else, yeah, I feel like you could just, is that actually true? Like, if you don't dream or your mind's not active when you awake, you just die? Like, or it was a weird line that a doctor threw in.
True.
That I'm like,
can't be entirely true. I think it's more like a prolonged, like, if you don't dream for an extended period of time, I feel like it might literally affect your brain in some capacity. Like, it's a sign that something with your brain is not operating correctly, you know, and therefore you might lose it a little bit. But I can't imagine it's like I'm going off of what I expect. I don't know this, but I can't imagine it's like, you don't dream, you die.
I see. It's not like a physical die. It's more of you might just go insane. Or
lose yourself a little bit.
Yeah. Mental.
No, it's weird now, because like some mornings, obviously, and this is nothing new to anybody. Some mornings I remember my dreams crystal clear. And like there are never days now where I wake up and go, oh, I didn't dream at all. Or like, I don't remember dreaming at all. I remember dreaming. There are just days that I'm like, I have no fucking clue what it might have been about, though.
Yes.
Which is so fucking weird, dude. The fact that, like, I basically, there was nothing else going on while I was asleep, you know? Yep. There's not much to remember. You know, just, like, actually, it's the only fucking thing I did. So what do you mean I can't remember it? What the fuck, dude?
And then, like, but you'll wake up and like you'll have every detail, or like you'll like, oh, this one was a good one, and then 5 minutes later you're like, wait,
so weird.
Wait, what the fuck? And then it leaves, and then it's just like gone, and it's like, yeah, I mean, why the fuck do they
do that?
I still don't understand how everyone is just, we're okay with this, you know, and we just move on like normal. Like, how are we not trying to figure this shit out? Or like, you know, we need to, I feel like now, I used to be on the lucid dream grind, or I tried to like take control of my dreams. I did fly in one of my dreams one time. I remember waking up and being like, I flew around my house, and just started floating. And then I woke up, like I fell in my, I don't know, out of flight, and then it like startled me awake. It was the only time I've like actually taken control of my dream.
Like, what's the science behind willfully re-entering a dream?
Ooh, yeah.
You know, like, sometimes my alarm will go off and I'll snooze it, and then for another 8 minutes, I go back into the same dream. How the fuck?
That's
nuts. Fuck does that happen?
That's nuts. Like, and like I've heard some people say that like all your dreams are just like collecting all of your thoughts that you had for the day, and then like kind of it's your own kind of brain's therapy sort of thing. And if you have a nightmare, you're kind of there's some stuff going on that you need. I don't know. There's your brain's just trying to figure it all out while you're asleep. And like I love that there's certain people that will pop up that and that like it's like, oh yeah, I see my mother or I see my brother or my family, but then there's just a fucker that can appear that I've never seen in my life, but I am taking them as normal as they are my family. Like they right. belong as if like they are my family, and it's just a weird world to and everyone goes there every night, and to think, yeah, no, there's just an evil Bob fucker lurking around, going in people's dreams. He likes children, what. He kills the mom, I guess, but like, yeah, he's seemingly only after kids, which is just an even weirder, makes it just scarier.
His whole thing was being a child murderer. Mm-hmm. And then like, I love the lore here, which is that the parents basically formed an angry mob.
Yep.
Because apparently the cops couldn't do a fucking thing about it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. 20 kids died. 20 kids.
20 kids. You're telling me 20 kids died and the parents were like, let's just go get his ass.
Yeah. Like,
huh? Why the fuck didn't you do that at like, I don't know, 3?
Maybe 20? This is why they haven't dove into the prequel and given the mom story is it's like, damn, how did 20 children die all in the vicinity of this school? And like,
and nobody thought to like, I guess they could have been doing a hunt for him. Maybe he was difficult to find, and that was like part of it. But
hide in plain sight under the school or was it just a boiler room?
The boiler room, because the boiler room isn't actually at the school.
Yeah,
that's just the dream levels, which is another cool Inception-esque thing where like you go through this staircase and all of a sudden and it's a real thing that happens in dreams. You go through one door and all of a sudden you're in a new fucking place that's not actually your house or not actually your school. Did you ever have a dream? I'm curious about this because this was a recurring dream I had as a child that where I was in my elementary school.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And I went to an elementary school that had like 3 distinct hallways.
Okay.
Wasn't super big, but 3 distinct hallways, one long hallway on both sides of the school at the end of the 3 hallways, But if I would go to the last hallway and I turned left, I would find one more hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, yes. And it was an obviously not real hallway. Mm-hmm. And it was like kind of infinite. Like it kind of just went and it was horrifying. And I don't know why it was horrifying. It was just like something's going on there. And I remember waking up and it happened a lot, but nothing ever happened in the dream. It was just that I found an extra hallway in the building and that was that. And that was almost like, now looking back, that's almost scarier to me than the fact that if anything had happened in those dreams. Yeah. It's the fact that one recurring dream I had, because it was recurring, it happened a lot. I still remember it. I've had the dream in like 15 years, is that I would find an extra hallway in my school and be scared of it when I was in the dream. Damn. And then I'd just wake up and that was that.
I didn't have any elementary school. There were some like back rooms I feel like that I could enter that weren't real elementary school days. The reoccurring
fuck
school
liminal
dreams,
space dreams. Oh, fuck liminal space dreams.
The fucking back rooms are real. I don't know. This is like it. This is everyone experiences like it is. You're in a normal place that and then you go through one doorway or you go through one thing, and then everything's fucking different and not at all the same. But my hall, I guess it wasn't my elementary school, it was the freshman center. And I remember hearing, I don't know if this was ever actually true, But there was like there was a stairwell somewhere in the building. There's a basement, and someone committed suicide or hung themselves down there in the basement. And I feel like someone was probably just pulling my leg or just making it up. It could have very well happened. But the dream, I've never seen this stairwell. I've never in the freshman center. I don't think it actually exists, but in my dream, there is this, for some reason, it's behind the locker room. You go into the gym, you go into where you would go into the locker room, and then there's this random door that then just goes downstairs, and I would always slowly walk down those stairs, and then when I got to the door, it was different every time at the bottom, or there's a different kind of, area that I'm entering at the end. But yeah, it's such a weird concept to play with in horror, and I think this is like why I took a liking to this movie, or the horror part of it. There is this spooky element, even though it's funny or not. Nothing in here is making me actually like shake while I'm watching, but it is this back burner thought. It is this like thing that's just in the back of my head that I will go on, even though like I've watched only the first movie, but I will have this thought of like, what before I go to bed. I know nothing's gonna happen, but there is that chance that I encounter a evil fucker in my dream, and what do I do if I see him? Now I'm just gonna I turn around, I expel you. I don't know. I'd love to take control of my dreams somehow, like Nancy did, and just like slam dunk someone. But I don't. I'm glad to say I don't have nightmares. I feel there was a phase, I feel like a while ago, that sleep was a little tough. There were some scary stuff at some points, but I love my dream. I don't know. I don't really have problems with my dreams.
Yeah, I haven't had a tried and true nightmare in a very long time. Yeah, I definitely I used to have a lot of nightmares. Like I used to have like night terrors when I was really young. Like I'd wake up and I was crying and my parents were consoling me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously I was real young when that was the case, but, like, it's funny what I do. Like, I remember a few nightmares I had when I was younger. Like, and that's weird that, like, I can't remember what I dreamt last night, but I can remember a few of the dreams I had. The last time I had them was 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Like, the fucked up like, the nightmares I hated the most is, like, some evil fucker would come and capture like me and my family, and then they would make me choose who to kill, or like I would be the one that would watch all of them die, and I'm just like, and like and then I wake up just fucking cry. Yeah, there's like so those like
one that I had, which still gives me the chills. Like I just a wave of goosies just came over me, because it's a generally terrifying concept that even now scares me. Like, it was scary then, but now, like, the concept, like, and it's relevant to the Twin Peaks stuff, it's relevant to a lot, is I'd go out to my living room, and I would find my family, and then it was in my old house, so, like, there was this long hallway that connected the living room to 3 bedrooms, basically. My parents' room was on one side, my room was on the other, my little brother's room was there, too. And I'd go to the living room, and I'd find my family, and it'd be like super nice, sweet. It'd be like, "Hi, hey, what's up? How blah, blah, blah." And then at the end of the hallway, I'd hear my mom, who I'm also looking at, who's in the living room, but her voice is coming from at the end of the hallway. Going, "Colton, don't go out there." And I'm like, "Oh, nope. Fuck this." And then like nothing bad ever happens again. It's just terrifying, this concept that there's like a doppelganger effect thing. Where then I'd go back into the hallway, look down to the end of the hallway, and I'd see my entire family, and then I'd look into the living room and my entire family's sitting right there, and I'd be like, "Okay, no, don't like this, and I don't need any psychoanalyst telling me what the fuck this means, okay? I'm fine. It's good."
Who knows if they even can? I like, to this day, I still feel like, we just haven't figured what the fuck is actually going on. And it is I mean, I love the brain. I think it's the coolest thing we got going. And the fact that I could have a dream where I'm in pure peace land or literally Candyland or on a different world, and then I wake up and I feel my best guess is like it lets you know when you're in reality, or like you know whenever you're in a dream, even though you can't wake up and actively control it, but you have that awareness a little bit.
It's so interesting. Like, because I wouldn't say that I lucid dream. You know, I wouldn't say that I do that. But after a point, if you're aware that you're dreaming and you still continue the dream, there does come a point where you can control a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not like, ooh, I want this to happen, so I'll make this happen. You kind of roll with the punches. You know, like something happens and you go, nah. You know, like I'm gonna walk this way, or I'm gonna turn, like, or you go, fuck this, I'm gonna wake up. You know, like
I need
like one of the things that
try to gain control again. I don't know, but like, do I want to? I have no problems with night dreaming. Right. What if I fuck them up? What if I like? What if I I
love dreaming, dude. I have a great, like, even when I do, because like I said, I haven't had a nightmare in a very long time, but there are times whenever I have like a little like jolt, you know, I'm like, whoo, you know, like things were normal, and then all of a sudden I'm like, gotta wake up, you know, like, because fuck that. I used to be a delivery driver, and one of the dreams I had, I mean, towards the end of my time at delivering, was that I knocked on a door and somebody came to the door with a gun. Ooh. And I ran away and I got shot in the back.
Damn. Yeah. No.
And like I felt it. Like it was weird. Like I felt it and I woke up.
Yep.
I'm like, I have no way of approximating what a gunshot feels like. You know.
But it was there.
But I can't imagine it's much different than what, the immediate impact. Obviously, I didn't linger. I didn't suffer. Like, I got hit and I woke up, you know?
Yep. You die in your dream. You gotta wake up back somewhere, you know? It's like and it's so real. Your brain, that's what I truly wonder is our brain, does our brain know that there is any difference between reality or not? Like, does our body truly think we are where we are in our dream?
The fact that you have sensation in dream is the thing that blows my mind. The fact that you feel, you can touch, and like things can affect you. Like that means my body, my real body sleeping there has to also be experiencing those sensory,
but you're
those
not even
things
moving.
like.
You're still,
like that's like whenever I did feel that and I woke up, there's an electrical sense in my like a little electrical signal in my brain sending that signal of that sensation to that spot
little
in my
Matrix-ish,
back. That's
like
wild,
it's like,
dude.
Are
what
we,
the fuck?
What's fucking real? Like it is only real to you, and like you could never explain your dream in detail to someone else, but you experienced it for real, and like it's never to the point where you put your hand on a boiler or whatever and then like you burn your arm and you wake up and you see a burn. But like you're right, like if you get shot in a dream or you die or you fall, like you really wake up in that moment, you're like, holy fuck, like I almost died, and but no, you were just in your bed, nothing actually happened. And it's this like a very weird dream that can happen, but they are real, like wet dreams, you know, like that is a real sensory thing. That's a real effect. Thing. Those happened, you know, and that's like, so, I mean, at some point in my life, I guess.
No, I haven't even thought of that. That's absolutely valid. Like clearly, your body is experiencing, your body is experiencing the electrical signals.
So wild. Yeah. Like, we have no clue how any of this works, but like there are people that do, like I don't think we have a Freddy Krueger, but like have you seen this man in your dreams? Like the guy, it's like and it's, I mean, a very generic face of like, have you seen this man? But
I've seen a very specific face.
Is it the black and white picture that was drawn, or like
with like the really bushy eyebrows and
yes? What the fuck is this dude? Who is this dude? And why?
I don't know, dude. I don't like thinking about it. I haven't thought about him in a really long time. So
the nightmares are flowing back. Yeah, this is
I haven't thought about him in a I mean, like, and this is a different thing, but like the Hat Man. Are you familiar with the Hat Man? I've never met the Hat Man. I've never seen the Hat Man.
Hat Man. Oh, whoa. No.
But I have a friend who insists they've met the Hat Man. They've seen the Hat Man. And I'm like, I haven't. I'm sorry you went through that. You know, like, I've had sleep paralysis. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
That's what that's the closest thing to the Hat Man that I would say, but
that's
it wasn't
the scariest thing I've ever actually experienced.
That. Yeah, that is terrible. I mean, because you're not dreaming at that point. You are awake. Not. And then you can't do a
the most horrifying thing I've ever experienced. Like,
you're screaming internally, but
oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, it's like,
why the fuck can my body not move? What the fuck is that?
Yeah. And
I'll never forget because I felt like someone was whispering in my ear.
Oh,
it wasn't like
you didn't see a figure, or like
I didn't see a figure. I didn't see a figure, which thank fucking God I didn't, but no, yeah. Generally, the stereotype is that you have a sleep paralysis, quote unquote, demon.
Yes, I
did not.
Or sorry,
I got the sense, which is much more general, and is something that when I looked into it, is something people experience, is that you feel like there's an intruder. Like,
yes,
I didn't see anybody, but I felt somebody.
And you just want to go, and you want to move, but you can't talk.
Yeah.
You can't lift
Also very, very scary. And that was, what was interesting is that it evolved out of a dream. Like, I was dreaming, and then I thought I woke up, but I couldn't move.
Oh yeah.
And I can't even remember what the voice was saying, but I remember it was like right on my ear. Like, it wasn't like an internal monologue. You know, it wasn't like it was, and obviously it was, I was hearing voices in my head, but I could swear I literally outside my body heard someone right next to my face. And that was the part, that's why I'm like, that's why I didn't see them, is because they were on the side of my fucking head and I couldn't turn. And that was scary.
Wow.
You know, like I was like, there's someone right there and I have no idea who they are. And I was fucking terrified, dude.
Damn. Yeah, I have had a figure, or there was a figure, but no hat, but very dark. I'm looking at the Hat Man, and it looks very like silhouette. He's not like you can't actually make anything out. Just take the hat off, and I feel like that's who I saw. It was just dark.
He's just man.
I just saw a man. I just saw a dark, evil shadow man. And it was like I was in my bed. And I'm looking down, like kind of past my feet and past the end of my bed, and I just see him slowly just make his way to me. Like there's no like real threat, or there's no like he's going to kill me, but it is more of like, wait, I can't do anything if I wanted to.
It's the combination of figures, yeah. Like it's the fact that you can't move, like you feel trapped. And the concept of someone being in your room at night that you don't want there. Like that's scary. No matter what, that's scary. Like when the pile of clothes in the corner morphs into a human being. You know, that's not good. You don't like that. Whenever you're like, I know that's a pile of clothes right there, but let's not think about it too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to fold laundry tomorrow. That's all.
And yeah, I love that the end of this movie, maybe a lesson to take away, is that the second the mom stopped drinking, the first night she put the bottle down, Freddy killed her. So
she died.
If
everybody drink yourself to sleep.
Yeah, if you have nightmares and you're afraid of you dying in your sleep, I mean, at least for what this movie goes to show, you know, we got a reason for alcoholism.
There's a direct cause and effect here.
Yes.
It's the fact that she stopped drinking. That's why Freddy got her.
Obviously, obviously, right? So. But
everybody needs a bottle of vodka, their bedside bottle of vodka.
And yeah, the mother, like at first, I thought like, okay, there has to be something more going on. Like, no way she is just drinking and like just being like, all right, well, go to sleep. Like the fact that she's like telling her to go to sleep as she knows like Freddy is a real thing, or like she's like very much describing exactly the man that she killed, is kind of like, well, I guess maybe the mother doesn't know that Freddy now attacks in nightmares or like whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that like it is so beyond comprehension that like she's like, you know, quit pressing. Like it's almost like she almost might think that Nancy is trying to poke at her. Like, did you do this? You know, like
yeah. I see. I didn't think of that perspective or that angle. And yeah, she's like, but then it got to the point where it's like, oh,
it gets to a point where she's like, okay, you're being for real.
Like, holy
like
fuck.
this is bad. Where'd you get this hat? You know, like, I brought it back with me. That's fucking
damn
crazy.
Knives. What you can't like I mean, I'm not a, you know, superstitious or truly, you know, I don't know. Like this feels like an occult thing. But like a person who's murdered 20 children and you kept the murder weapon in your basement, in the incinerator as well, or in a furnace, and you didn't burn that fucker, I would have burnt that shit so fast. I would have destroyed those knives faster than anything ever. I don't know. And the fact she kept them there was a little wild. But I think my best take on the ending is the fact that Nancy did like give him up. And like actually I think she did win a little bit, or like there was something that happened there, and then just the closest person that believed in Freddy the most next would have been the mother. Like at this point she's like, holy shit, no, my daughter like actually is dealing with this, and he is real. And but then all the other kids died. They're obviously not there. The convertible is Freddy's, you know, is whatever, but is the convertible what started everything? You know, is that like just you take really weird details from real life, of like something that could be mundane, or like a bookshelf, that then the look of that bookshelf is the shirt on the bad guy in your dream. You know, I wonder if it is something like that. But yeah, it feels like they were going.
I think the last scene in this movie is a little Freddy's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, like this is Nancy dreaming again. She's fallen back asleep, and this is another dream she's having where her mom's alive and her friends are around, and Freddy's presence lurks. He's not there. He's not making it known like, oh, I'm going to kill you. But he's watching. He's back.
She hasn't been asleep for 7 days, or like 7 or 8 days or so, like a not true sleep. And I wonder if like this is what, you know, just the more and more you don't sleep, the more and more it peers into reality a bit. And it's just, you can't tell the difference. And maybe that's why, like, if you don't dream, you die. You gotta have some difference, or you gotta know whenever you're truly awake. Cause I mean, yeah, Nancy going through it. Yeah. This, and then I see like the mother, I want this kind of prequel movie. I would love to see if the thing I would love the most out of the prequel is if Freddy actually wasn't a real human at all to begin with, and he was in the dream world already with those kids, and that's why they never found the guy, or like whatever. And then whenever they set fire to the boiler room, like they were all in a dream, or like they did it in the dream world, and instead of the real deal. But then the mother is really slackened, and like telling her daughter to go to sleep would be the, I don't know, kind of worst advice you could give, because then she knows Freddy already attacks in the dreams and everything. So the prequel kind of, I don't know, it was like I thought it for sure would have been a thing with like just the way the mother spoke about certain things. Or like I thought that she set up the prequel so hard whenever she was just given
the prequel would just be genuinely very harrowing.
Yeah,
because it's not like a dream realm guy. It's just a serial killer who goes and gets kids. yeah.
And yeah, we got to take care of this guy and burn him. But yeah, it's like that would be the moment of the kids like coming together and burning. Like she said, like, yeah, we burned it down and we watched it happen. Like it, like to be a child.
Right. But and like, what if there's some sort of spin where like Freddy had been doing like it's some sort of ritualistic thing for him that grants him the ability to do this after his death. Like it is like he's selling his soul to something or something or other. Like there's some deal he's made with an entity that is granting him dream power. I don't know.
Yeah, but a cool...
Because this is just a fucking guy. It's just some dude who has knives on his hand.
In the beginning, I will say the opening when he like made the knives, like that was cool. Like that was a cool way to open the movie. And yeah, the Tina's death, great. I mean, the float. I mean, honestly, like how they did that. I honestly have no clue. Like I mean, wires or something. I don't know. But like the fact, like how easily she was floating around the room and just bleeding everywhere. At the like that death was wild. And then, you know, to kill Bobby Briggs, Rod. You know, and like in a way that makes it believe that he killed himself. Yeah, it's like Freddy is not just killing to like he kind of wants to make it look that it's like, you know, not him, or that it could be believed that
which
it is
is
just
funny
these people.
Because like fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah. And it is.
Obviously, it's like targeted torture. He wants to make it like he's trying to fuck with Nancy more than anything. Like that is the goal, and he happens to get to kill a few kids along the way.
Which I guess, yeah, it kind of is his thing. I guess he loves just to go after the kids for whatever, you know. I don't know, but you know, and maybe that's the boogeyman. You know. It is a lot scarier if you're a younger kid watching this movie. If they're going after kids, so
this guy kills kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is definitely a lot freakier if you're a child.
But yeah,
man, I don't know. I had a great time with it. I have a lot of fun with the movie. I have a lot of fun with the franchise at large. Definitely recommend diving into the next couple at least, because I mean I will watch 4 and 5 here soon. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's for sure. I mean, it is a world building feels like the wrong thing to say, because it is just like it's not the world that I'm truly interested in, but it's like just this concept of these movies. I think it works perfect for the horror genre, and to see the OG and finally not the 2010 version. I think that it is. There's a reason that my 10-year-old brain forgot about that movie a little bit, because I watch it now, man, it is crazy how different movies are whenever you're a child and then now, but yeah, I don't know, this is definitely not, I wouldn't have thought that I would be diving into all the rest of them, but I feel like I got to now.
I got to. No, I'm with you, man, but I don't know. I don't have much else to say. I think I'll do the plugs, and then we will rate this movie along with Bram Stoker's Dracula from last week. We went ahead and did not rate that last week. We were not, I don't know, of sound mind and body, I suppose, but we're going to rate these movies on 1 to 10 scale and on the Cinementalometer, and then we'll announce what the Halloween episode is, and then we'll get out of here. So,
yes.
If you would, leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. Very, very big help. The downloads, it's the only metric that we keep track of, and it's nice to see that number tick upwards. It's a lot of fun doing the podcast, and we're going to do it no matter what. But it's also nice to know that people are listening. Let's see. We are also doing Geek With Me, a nerd shit podcast, and next week we are doing an episode called Frankenstein's Monster, where we're building a character out of the essence of several comic book characters. It's you know, nerd shit. We're doing comic book characters, and we're doing like a draft format. I'm gonna work out some limitations on that here soon. Like you got to pick certain elements so that there is like a competition base, instead of it just being like, I don't know, I want this guy's vibe, you know. But gotcha. Not that we would, but you know, I want to make it a little more specific, and I'll zero in on the rules and stuff we can together. But yeah, so we've got, you know, costumes, power sets, masks, you know, all that sort of stuff. Personalities, if you want, senses of humor, etc. You're like, I want Spider-Man's quippy lines. Like, yeah, sure, fuck it, I don't care. But so yeah, Frankenstein's Monster. That's next week on Geek With Me, and then we also have Fire Pod With Me, a Twin Peaks podcast where we are currently covering The Return. Yes. Next week, I believe, will be part 4.
Yes.
All right. Next week is part 4 of The Return, part 4 of 18. That show is friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. I've watched it before. Joseph has not, and he is experiencing it all for the first time, which means we will never spoil anything that comes after what we are covering at the moment. We very well could spoil things that have already happened. So you shouldn't just go, oh, I've never seen Twin Peaks. Let's listen to their episode on The Return Part 4. That would not be a sound decision. You should watch Twin Peaks no matter what. And if you happen to want a little podcast to go with it, we have it. Fire Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast. But let's go ahead and rate this movie, and then I will announce what next week's Halloween episode will be. So let's start with Bram Stoker's Dracula, since we did that last week, and we did not rate it. What are we thinking here? You're a little bit removed now, which also makes this an interesting methodology. We're not wrapped up in the conversation we were just having about it. We can approach it from a slightly more objective place if there's anything such as objectivity here.
Yes, the one number that defines Bram Stoker's Dracula, obviously. Yeah. But I think, looking back, I think I did enjoy it more than Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And we gave that a 9.25 for Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That's about right. Yeah.
And I feel like if anything, I'm just like right above it, or just kind of right there with it's like they're very different movies. But Dracula was a lot more fun and I feel like I will return to Bram Stoker's Dracula a whole lot more than Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I feel like if I continue with Body Snatchers, it's to see like all the other movies that were made or the and stuff. But Bram Stoker's kind of feels like when October rolls around in the year, I feel like I have to. It's like one that I want to watch, and I love. Yeah, and
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is kind of an any time of the year kind of movie too. Like it's not strictly spooky season material. It is spooky season material, but I wouldn't love watching Bram Stoker's Dracula in May. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching that shit when October rolls around for sure. No, I'm with you. And we're talking, you're zeroing in on roughly the same number that I am. I think I'm going 9.5.
Yeah. I think, I like to give it that little boost, above Invasion. But I guess, that makes it, let's see, what's the next closest? I gave Eraserhead a 9. That's like the one I just feel bad for. And it's like the more I think of that movie, the more
reevaluate it. Fuck it, we're doing this now. Might as well. Who cares?
Okay, cool. You gave it a 9.75, and I'm joining you there. Like I feel like I should have joined you. It's not quite the 10. I don't know why I don't give it the 10. I love Lynch to death, but it's just I don't know. I don't know why I don't have that.
I think the way a movie ages with you is as important as the way it hits you on the immediately. So. I if you ever want to change your rating, fuck it, man. Nobody cares.
Yeah. True. I guess this is our good old cinema.
Yeah, we get to do whatever we want, man. We make the rules.
But so now that sits a little better. I'm glad Eraserhead. I don't know. Why I was going like more critical than I normally am, and I am never critical ever. I love everything I watch usually. So but okay. Glad.
I mean, you still put it at 9 out of 10, which is pretty fucking good.
That is true. But yes,
we're the most loving critics, folks. Joseph just worried about being more critical than normal over a 9 out of 10. So there you have it. But 9.5 out of 10 for Bram Stoker's Dracula does feel good for me. And A Nightmare on Elm Street. I didn't approach this show thinking I would give it as good a rating as I think I might. How do you feel about
it? 9 might feel a bit too high, but
it is absolutely too high for me.
I want to give it some boost for like the this vein of horror and how I feel like foundational and moving forward that it is, but that can really only take it so far. And I do think I will return to Nightmare on Elm Street at some point.
I absolutely will.
For sure. I think I will go to the next ones right after. But yeah, I think this is this will be in the rotation. And I mean, yeah, I don't an 8 flat, does that even feel high? Is like a 7 is whenever something gets good. I remember we've said
yeah, that's kind of whenever that's the threshold for goodness. Yes. Yeah.
And to call this is good. I had a good time. The effects were really good.
I would say 7's its floor, personally. Mm-hmm. And it's roughly, I'm not going higher than an 8. Like, my ceiling is 8, and I don't even know that I'll get there. Like, I think a 7.75 is probably where I'm landing.
Somewhere in the 7s.
Which is oddly specific.
7.
But yeah, like, I came into this thinking I might go 6.75.
Yeah.
And our discussion about it did boost it for me.
I think, it became good. This, it is good. I think it can pass that threshold for...
It can. It's a good-looking movie. The effects are incredible. Yeah. I really enjoy a lot of what it's putting down. I have a great time with it. So yeah, I think I can put it right there on the threshold of the next step up, whatever that is.
I like maybe I'm just kind of middle of the road. I think it's a little better than good. I'm like a 7.5. Good old C plus here. I feel like that sounds really bad to put it that way, like C plus. Now, that's
it's an AP curve. Fuck it, it's a B plus.
Yeah, but yeah, that's where I'm chilling. I think is at a 7.5 for me. But
all right. A 7.5 and a 7.75, making it roughly 76, 77.
Good old 76.
On the old 76 on the sentimental-meter. We love those, baby. And next week, we are certainly not going to be rating the movie a 76 on the sentimental-meter. For Halloween, we are discussing 2025's arguably best movie so far. Definitely the biggest blockbuster, best blockbuster anyway. Sinners. Directed by Ryan Coogler, starring Michael B. Jordan. I look forward to it greatly. We're celebrating Halloween right. Doing something a little bit more, prescient, a little bit more right now as far as release. We did all this pre-2000 stuff. Might as well hone it in with a 2025 flick here on Halloween. Sinners, man. I'm very, very excited. We have not talked about it yet. Me and you have talked about it, but we haven't done it on the podcast. Yes. So it's about time.
Need to get there. Oh yeah.
A little bit of one that we both know we love. So you got that to look forward to next week here on the Sentimentalists with Sinners. And with that, I believe we can conclude this episode. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. Come back to the Sentimentalists next week for Sinners. But in the meantime, remember. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock the door.